Hello, everybody. My name is Manny Pelaez. I am your city councilman for District 8 here in San Antonio. You know, throughout the pandemic, organizations have been working hand in hand with small businesses and large businesses to help everybody remain resilient and in a position to be able to recover from from these challenges that we've all been facing. And this session today is going to highlight two of these initiatives. And we're going to be talking to two really smart people who do great work in the community, and the services that they offer to support small businesses. Well, we're going to learn all about that too. And we're going to teach you about not just their work, but also give you some opportunities to get connected with them directly. Now, as you all know, the Paycheck Protection Program, the PPP application deadline, has been extended to May 31st. And we want to ensure that all of our local small businesses are aware of how they can get connected. So let me introduce you to some friends. This is Dahlia Garcia. She's the Vice President of SBA Lending at LiftFund, and she's going to tell us in a few minutes all about what they do over there. And then there's Jamie Martinez, the Senior Project Manager at UTSA Small Business Development Center, COVID Business Recovery Accelerator. Both of you are very, very welcome here, and I'm glad you're here. So let's just start with some questions. I'm going to throw you both into the deep end here. I want to know what services y'all offer, what relief programs are available to small businesses through your organizations during this pandemic, and how can the people who are watching, how can they connect with you? Dahlia.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Councilman, for inviting us to be here today. As you know, LiftFund has been in our community for over 28 years. And when a pandemic hit and COVID hit, it was like recovery mode all over. And so we jumped right on in and started working really hard. We've got about 4 programs we're running all together for this recovery. And one of them, or to begin, I'm going to start with the smallest one, loan, and then go down. Okay. So we have a resilience fund that is available for up to $25,000. And depending on credit history and so forth, the rate could go up to 10%, but that's there and available. So we service every credit score in that one. We also offer, and thank you to Councilman Pelaez and the City Council, the 0%, we call COSA Fund, or City of San Antonio Fund. That one is also available. And that one, the limit is up to $50,000. And of course, while funds are available, right now they're available, but up until the funds are available, will they be there? Of course, we have the PPP fund. We're also offering that. Typically, our fund goes up to $250,000. Can go a little higher depending on the business type. And then we have the EDA fund, the Economic Development Fund, and that one too, COVID related, but to help businesses who have been affected negatively or positively. So it can be used to buy equipment, to buy a commercial vehicle, to buy real estate, to renovate, to do different things that they need for their business. So those are the 4 we have running right now in our recovery funding options.
Okay, wonderful. Well, Jaime, what do you say? What are you guys doing out there at the SBDCN and UTSA? It's a lot of acronyms you guys got going.
It is. Councilman, thank you, Pelaez, for hosting this, and I'm honored to be here, not only as part of our program at UTSA, but I'm also a constituent of yours. So I'm happy to live here, and my family and all that good stuff. So I was, again, very honored to be a part of this. So, our program, Councilman Pelaez, and to the business owners who will be viewing this, we've been around for over 30 years. Now, the COVID Business Recovery Accelerator, a part of the Small Business Development Center network, was formed in April 15th of 2020. So we're coming up on our 1-year anniversary. But we were formed then, in response to the struggling small businesses that were obviously affected by COVID-19 pandemic. So under the Southwest Texas, border SBDC network, we have 10 field centers. Of course, obviously, it's one here in San Antonio. So we not only are 10 field centers, we cover 79 counties. Of course, Bexar County being included in one of those counties. We do have a large footprint. We are funded by the Small Business Administration, and specifically the COVID Business Recovery Accelerator. So to add to the services that we have in response to the COVID pandemic, it was mostly funded by the CARES Act again last year. So the accelerator is able to offer these programs to help navigate these muddy waters, unfortunately, in this pandemic, to provide relief, resiliency, helping these businesses recover and eventually reboot their business and back where they used to be. So some of the main services that we offer are the one-on-one confidential business advising that we provide our clients day in and day out at no cost. So yes, we are a taxpayer funded program. Amongst the advising, we help basically demystify the Paycheck Protection Program. What are the rules and regs involved in there? The economic injury disaster loan, and understanding how those loans work, and particularly the PPP, on how to apply for it, and eventually apply for loan forgiveness on that one. The up and coming shuttered venue operators grant, hopefully very soon. The portal will be back open, and those venues that have had issues can now apply, and other sources of funding that we can assist our clients to get into, and many types of virtual trainings that we have to offer. And so, the businesses can reach out to us by phone, 210-458-2272. They can email us, businessrecovery@utsa.edu, or our website where our training is at, and a lot of our resources at your fingertips at txsbdc.org/business recovery.
So I want to talk about, and we're getting some echo there, folks, forgive us, but we're going to move on to question number 2. What is the PPP program, Jaime?
Yes, so the Paycheck Protection Program, Councilman, it's a loan designed to provide a direct incentive for small businesses to be able to keep their employees on payroll. Borrowers, they'll even be able to eligible to have their loan forgiven, provided that they meet the requirements on expending, the funds. For example, they've got to spend no less than 60%, or they can spend up to 60% of those funds, at least 60% of those funds on payroll, approved payroll expenses. The rest of it can be spent on other eligible expenses as well. The funds do need to be spent, within 8 to 24 weeks. And they call it the cover period. Some of the benefits, of this particular program and requirements are that it has a 1% interest rate, a very, very, very affordable interest rate, with a maturity of 5 years. But again, it can be forgiven, provided that the business owner is following the rules and regulations of that. But again, that's what we're for. That they can reach out to us, and we can help them along the way, just to make sure they're keeping themselves out of hot water, so to speak. Some things that previously were not allowed, but now they are. The different business entities that can apply. Sole proprietors, independent contractors is a huge one. The general self-employed person. So for those business owners that have not taken advantage, and there are still many that have not taken advantage here in San Antonio for the first round of funding. The first loan. Again, as the councilman mentioned, the deadline is coming up on May 31st. It'll be here before you know it. And also, many businesses also did take advantage of it, but have not. are not familiar with or aware that they can borrow again from it, and so they can reach out to us and we can discuss with them how to apply for it, the application, and then again, when they're applying for loan forgiveness again, which is the most appropriate application that is going to be best for them. So again, May 31st is the date to watch out for. Councilman, you're on mute.
Oh, yes, sorry. Dahlia, I understand that there are updates to the PPP program every time the federal legislature touches it. So I'm wondering if you can give us a little synopsis of what those recent changes are.
So yeah, this is a moving target. There's been a lot of changes to PPP. And so one of the biggest has been for the Schedule Cers. The ones that their net income was a negative net income last year, they didn't qualify at all. And so this year, it was approved to use their gross income. And so then all those folks are coming now and applying for the first time. And you should hear the relief of saying, oh, thank you, because I didn't qualify last year. And you hear their stories. So for the Schedule Cers, the gross income is huge. The other thing is the auditing. Yeah, SBA is auditing every file and comparing and making sure that what's being presented is true. So that's another thing that was different, because I keep hearing, well, why is it taking so long? And what's happening? Last year, I got approved quickly. Well, last year they were approving every file. This year they're taking it one at a time and they're looking at each one and they're auditing the files. So the good news is that a lot more folks are qualifying. There's a lot of first-time drawers this time coming in again. Mm-hmm. A lot, just as the second draws are coming in. The other thing on the second draw is that they have to prove a 25% loss. So if they can't prove a loss, then sorry, I can't help you. Right. You've got to be able to prove a loss. And believe it or not, I haven't had very many that have applied that cannot qualify. Mm-hmm. So that's still huge out there. The demand is still there and the need is still there.
Well, Dahlia, tell me, you told us a little bit about what LiftFund does and, how to get small businesses back up on their feet and helping them thrive. And you told us how to, they can connect, but can you give us some examples of some success stories you've had? I'm really curious to hear, real life examples of LiftFund at work.
Well, we've been around.
And I'm going to ask Jaime the same question, so.
We've been around 28 years, and we have 28 years of a lot of success. And we've helped startups from the I have an idea and I want to open up a bakery or a restaurant or dog grooming, a bar. We have them, we get them all, and everyone is different. And one that comes to mind is one that we're helping grow, and it's a barbershop. And now he's got up to 4 barbershops. And that when you help them from the ground up on a first one, and then they're up to the 4th one, and you see them growing and thriving and becoming successful and taking advantage of technical assistance, like Jaime said. That's important, and they take advantage of the technical assistance and they learn. It's very rewarding to see that happen, because that's how America grew, was from small business, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Ford didn't start, he started with a little car, right? And then all of a sudden, you have this huge, that's how America started. And entrepreneurs have a heart to grow and to learn. and they wear many hats and they work long hours. And my hat's off to them because I could start crying to tell you the stories that we see and the folks that we help. It's amazing. It's amazing. But we also, just like Jaime at UTSA, we also have technical support at LiftFund, and the folks, they can do it online.
Yeah.
Right now, especially everything's online. We're all working from home, but they can do it online. And when we're opened up, we have our Women's Business Center at the main library.
Uh-huh.
And we have that, and where they can go in and do technical support there too. But yeah, our heart is in it. That's been our mission, to have access to capital that traditionally would not be available for a startup. You can't walk into a bank and say, I have a dream and I want to open up this business. And they're going to say, yes, that's a good thing. Okay, go visit UTSA and get packaged, and then they'll help you find somebody to
Right.
fund this for you.
Right.
And then call me back in 5 years and I'll be able to help you.
Sure.
So,
Excellent.
we've been there from the start, and lots of great stories for them. Lots.
Well, thank you for that. And Jaime, same question to you. And let me ask you this also, see if you can bake this into the answer.
Sure.
Would you agree with the following proposition? If you don't apply, you don't get any help, right? And there's a lot of people out there who think, maybe I'm not eligible. Well, you're definitely not eligible if you don't show up, right? And don't even inquire. So give me some success stories. Which are the ones you're most proud of?
Sure. Yeah. Yes. Thanks, Councilman. So, starting off with Dahlia was mentioning about the changes on and it rolls into this particular question. There are LiftFund is a huge partner of us, and our clients can get the advising all they want, but they need the various additional sources of funding, and LiftFund is there, and there are a lot of changes. But if you don't reach out to us, there's you hear on the news that there's all these resources that are available, access to capital that's available, but how the heck do you apply for it? Where do you find it? And I think that's where where we come in. There's a lot of information to take in about what resources and options are available for small businesses, which is why we encourage the small business owners, to let our advisors provide the one-on-one confidential, business advising that they deserve. Yes, we have countless success stories that that we have for various businesses in many different industries. And I think some of what a lot of them, councilmen, add up to is being able to keep their employees on payroll, being able to bring them back after some businesses that we were assisting had to lay off a very large percentage of their staff. And so for them to be able to bring back these individuals because of the Paycheck Protection Program, being able to buy the raw materials, inventory, utilizing the Economic Injury Disaster Loan through SBA, being able to get grants. I know a lot of people remember the guy who used to go on the infomercials with the question marks all over his suit and the big book for grants available. It typically doesn't exist. Did not exist pre-COVID, but now there still is, grant programs that are out there for your business. You just gotta, know where to find it. Well, and that's what we can do. We can be able to help them out. So we can provide that lifeline to support small business owners recover from this unprecedented disaster. All they have to do is give us a call or email us, as I mentioned earlier, and we can walk them through the process of, finding out how their business is performing and where can we assist them? What part of their business that we can assist them in to recover and eventually reboot reboot their business from this pandemic.
Thank you for that. This brings us to the end of our of our presentation here today. And I'm going to ask both of you to give us your closing arguments. If people have to remember anything from our conversation today, what would you like that to be, Jaime?
So, our program has assisted, obviously the COVID pandemic is a very novel, type of disaster, but our program has assisted businesses for over 30 years, creating a positive, return, to the state of Texas, Bexar County, San Antonio. We've assisted, over 18,000 entrepreneurs since, to date, since the COVID pandemic started, resulting, over 70 million of disaster loans, grants, other types of funding. So, those are big numbers. That's a lot of small businesses, that have 5 employees, that have 2 employees, that have 10 employees. We are committed, and we are in this for the long haul. We've been around for a while. We're in this for the long haul to be able to, guide these entrepreneurs and find out what resources are available to them, whether it's cybersecurity needs or human resource questions, access to capital. You just want to run something by us on how your financials are working out right now within your business. Give us a call. We'd be happy to help you. 210-458-2272. Again, emailing us at businessrecovery@utsa.edu, or our website. It's txsbdc.org/business-recovery. That's got a great deal of on-demand training, so you can watch it at your convenience. That's out there on the PPP and EIDL, and we have advisors standing by. They can meet with you, schedule time to meet with you virtually or over the phone. So please feel free to reach out to us.
Got it. Thank you. And Dahlia, final arguments. What do you want folks to remember if they have to remember one thing about today's chat?
The only thing standing between a small business owner and success is capital.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that. And the only way you're going to find out if you qualify is that you need to apply, right? And we just said that you need to apply in order to find out if you qualify. And you'll be surprised that a lot of times they qualify and they're jumping for joy. And I didn't even know I could do that. So apply, go online. If you don't have access to going online, we'll meet you. We'll meet with you in person. We'll meet with you by phone. We'll walk you through how to access LiftFund.com online. It's not hard. We've been doing it for 28 years. And as my mentor, Jamie Barrera says, you can teach someone to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. So that's what we're here to do. And that's what I'd like them to know, is that we're here in your community. We started here. And now we're in 7, 8 different states now, but we're here. We've been here. We grew here. We're from here. So come see us, call us. Our telephone number, our access to our number is 888-215-2373. You can email me directly, dgarcia@liftfund.com. Be happy to answer any questions, direct you in the right application to get you to where you want to go.
Wonderful. There you go, folks. Don't forget that the deadline for applying for PPP funds is May 31st. You've got to turn it in before May 31st. And if you contact LiftFund and if you contact our friends over at UTSA Small Business Development Center, you can get all the information you need. Also, I'm here to remind you guys that if you ever need to reach me, you just call 210-207-0943. Or you can just send us an email at council.district8@sanantonio.gov, and we will answer any questions you've got. Dahlia, Jaime, thank you so much. Be safe. I appreciate your support and your friendship to the city and your partnership more than anything. And thanks for giving up the time today to talk to my neighbors. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.